Good afternoon, everyone. My topic for today is all about temperature measurement. What is temperature measurement? Temperature measurement, also known as thermometry, describes the process of measuring a current local temperature for immediate or later evaluation. Data test consisting of repeated standardized measurements can be used to assess temperature trends. Temperature conversion. Here is the master formula for temperature conversion. C or Celsius over 5 is equal to F or Fahrenheit negative 32 over 9 is equal to R or U more over 4 is equal to K or Kelvin negative 273 over 5. This is the easy steps of temperature conversion. Suppose a temperature reading on the Celsius scale is 35 degrees. Now, let's see how to convert it to other scales. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Step 1. Divide Celsius reading by 5. Step 2. Multiply the result with 9. Step 3. Add 32. So you have 95, right? So that is your Fahrenheit reading. So 35 degrees Celsius is equal to 95 degrees. Celsius to Reaumur. Step 1. Divide Celsius reading by 5. Step 2. Multiply the result with 4. So you have 28, right? That is your Reaumur reading. Celsius to Kelvin. So this is the simplest conversion ever. There is only one step. Add 273.15 to the Celsius reading and you will have the Kelvin reading. So 35 degrees Celsius is equal to 308 Kelvin. Standard units used in temperature. Units of temperature. From Fahrenheit to Celsius to Kelvin and back degrees Fahrenheit, developed in the early 70s by G. Daniel Fahrenheit, are used to record surface temperature measurements by meteorologists in the United States. However, since most of the rest of the world uses degrees Celsius, developed in the 18th century, and it is important to be able to convert from units of degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So Fahrenheit to Celsius. Degrees Celsius is equal to degree Fahrenheit negative 32 divide 1.8. So Kelvin is another unit of temperature that is very handy for many scientific calculations since it begins at absolute zero, meaning it has no negative numbers. Note the word degrees is not used with Kelvin. The way to convert from degrees Celsius to Kelvin is Celsius to Kelvin. K is equal to degrees Celsius plus 273. Conversion of units. Example, Celsius to Kelvin. Solved example. The boiling point of ethyl alcohol is 78.5 degrees Celsius and its freezing point is negative 117 degrees Celsius at 1 atm pressure. So determine this temperature at the Kelvin scale. So this is the solution. To convert degrees Celsius to Kelvin is K or Kelvin is equal to degrees Celsius plus 273. Hence, the boiling point is equal to 78.5 plus 273.15. So, 78.5 plus 273.15 is equal to 351.7 K. Similarly, the freezing point is equal to negative 117 plus 273.15 is equal to 156 K. So how to convert Kelvin to Celsius? 0 degrees Kelvin is equal to negative 273.15 degrees Celsius. So 0 K or Kelvin is equal to negative 273.15 degrees Celsius. The temperature or T in degrees Celsius is equal to the temperature or T in Kelvin minus 273.15. T or temperature a degree Celsius equals to T or temperature K or Kelvin is negative 273.15. Example, convert 300 Kelvin to degrees Celsius. T degrees Celsius is equal to 300 K negative 273.15 is equal to 26.85 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit into Kelvin. So when it comes to converting Fahrenheit degrees into Kelvins, the formula is even simpler. Subtract 32, multiply by 5, divide by 9, then add 273.15. So degree Fahrenheit negative 32 times 5 divide 9 plus 273.15 is equal to K. So example, how to convert 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit into Kelvin? So 98.6 degree Fahrenheit is negative 32 times 5 divide 9 plus 273.15 is equal to 310.15 K. So the three different temperature scales have been placed side by side in the chart below for comparison. So this is the temperature scales, the Fahrenheit, the Celsius, and the Kelvin. The temperature measuring instrument in use. The fields of application for temperature meters, digital thermometers, and temperature measuring instruments are very varied. So here are just the most important ones. First, spot checking of food. Second, temperature monitoring of food transportation. Third, measuring the temperature in the center of flue gas flow in chimneys, flue gas ducts, measurement of their parent air temperatures. Surface measurement for checking the preheating temperature when welding. 6. Immersion measurement in chemical solutions for maintaining temperatures during etching processes. The last one is surface temperature measurement on bearings and gear mechanisms in mechanical engineering. Temperature measuring instrument. Infrared temperature. So infrared thermometers measure temperature from a distance. So this distance can be many miles or a fraction of an inch. Infrared thermometers are often used in circumstances when other sources of thermometers are not practical. If an object is very fragile or dangerous to be near, for example, an infrared thermometer is a good way to get the temperature from a safe distance. So, now I have shown to you a video presentation about my topic.
Is approximately. We have heard of temperatures like 0 degrees Celsius, which is the freezing point of water, and 100 degrees Celsius, which is the boiling point of water. Though Celsius is a more common way to measure the temperature, Fahrenheit is also sometimes used as its unit of measure. 0 degrees Celsius is the equivalent of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a particular way in which we can convert Celsius to Fahrenheit and vice versa. This is the formula to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. We multiply the temperature in Celsius with 9/5 and add 32 to it. And modifying this formula, get the conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius, subtract 32 from the temperature in Fahrenheit, multiply it with 5, and divide the entire thing by 9. So how much time do you think you'll take to convert one to another? 12 degrees Celsius is how many degrees Fahrenheit? Or 23 degrees Fahrenheit is how many degrees Celsius? Look at it a bit practically. If somebody asks you this in real life, they are not expecting a perfect answer. What you need is an approximate value. Using these formulae will give you the perfect answer, but you'll take too long to arrive at it. So let's see a quicker way to arrive at an approximate answer. Let's say you want to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. All we need to do is multiply the temperature in Celsius with 2 and add 30 to it. That will give us the answer in Fahrenheit. Say 10 degrees Celsius. We need to convert this into Fahrenheit. Multiply it with 2 and add 30. 20 plus 30 is 50 degrees. 10 degrees Celsius is approximately 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Multiply with 2 and add 30 to the product. 17 degrees Celsius. 17 times 2 is 34 and 34 plus 30 is 64. 17 degrees Celsius is approximately 64 degrees Fahrenheit. If we do the exact calculations using the formulae, we would have got 10 degrees Celsius as 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, we were a bit fortunate here. And 17 degrees Celsius as 62.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Almost equal. The higher the temperature, the bigger will be the difference. Say 50 degrees Celsius. 100 plus 30 is 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The exact answer is 122, a difference of 8 degrees Fahrenheit. And converting 100 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, we get 230 degrees approximately, and the exact answer is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So as the number increases, the difference or error in the answer also increases. Does this work for negative temperatures as well? Absolutely. Say minus 15 degrees Celsius. Minus 15 times 2 is minus 30, and minus 30 plus 30 equals 0. Minus 15 degrees Celsius is approximately 0 degrees Fahrenheit. The exact value comes out to be 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, just multiply by 2 and add 30 to the product. And how do we quickly convert Fahrenheit to Celsius? Easy, we subtract 30 and then divide by 2. Take 100 degrees Fahrenheit for example. We subtract 30 and get 70, and 70 over 2 is equal to 35. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is approximately equal to 35 degrees Celsius. The exact answer if you calculate is 37.7778 degrees Celsius. The difference isn't much. What about 72 degrees Fahrenheit? Subtract 30 and get 42. 42 over 2 is 21. 72 degrees Fahrenheit is approximately equal to 21 degrees Celsius. Now let's try converting minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Subtracting 30, we get minus 70, and dividing it by 2, we get minus 35 degrees Celsius approximately. The exact value in these two cases is 22.222 degrees Celsius and minus 40 degrees Celsius. A very small degree of error in each case. But what if you forget the ways of conversion? Remember, for the same temperature, Fahrenheit is always larger, so multiplying it with 2 and adding 30 will definitely give us a larger number. To convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, we multiply and add. And as Celsius is a smaller number, we subtract 30 and divide by 2. One good way to remember this is that C comes before F, so C is smaller than F.
So that would be all. Thank you and God bless.